As an experienced MBA admissions coach, I want to react to some of the most popular applicant questions. Should I apply in round 1 or round 2? And the answer is in the round in which you are ready, when you have the highest quality application possible. If we're working together, I'm coaching you to getting the best story possible. We're talking about what truly matters most and looking at different angles of your childhood and different formative experiences through college and work to provide evidence. We're coming up with the best possible true curiosity question for Harvard. We're curating your goals for work and your contributions to that school. That takes time. If you rush and try to get in round 1 because you think there's a higher likelihood, you might end up with top level, not as well thought out ideas and not give yourself time to work with somebody like me to brainstorm through those. And I provide a lot of innovative ideas and creativity and sort of push you to think deeper and more fully about your experiences as opposed to just focusing on work or just focusing on academia. You want to really combine all of your experiences together. So really the round that is best for you is when you're ready. The difference between the available seats in round 1 versus round 2 is so marginal that it actually doesn't matter. A worse application in round 1 is not going to increase your chances versus a better application in round 2. Even if you're not changing jobs and your experience is the same, the idea is that you communicate your strongest version of your story, and that just might take you a little bit more time, which means a round 2 application. Now that changes for round 3 and for round 4 and beyond for the schools that offer those, especially if you have an overrepresented background like consulting or finance. Those rounds do tend to have less seats available, so you definitely want to stay away from the later rounds unless a personal situation happened. How can I formulate goals if I want to get an MBA so I could figure out what my goals are? Great question. Admissions is aiming to understand your passion based on the plethora of experiences you have had. So not only your professional experience, also who you are as a person, where you grew up, whether that's Vietnam, Mexico, the US. They want to understand what it was like in your household and the character that you became as a result. When you put that together with professional experiences from internship and several jobs, then you should be able to extract passions and insights into a specific industry and a function. So simply saying, I want to figure it out, it's like saying, well, trust me, I will come up with a good idea. So instead, your answer can be, here is an example of what I'm passionate about today. May it change? Yes, absolutely. Because when exposed to the MBA's network, classes, clubs, and new ideas that environment brings, your idea is only going to get better. But it starts with what you pitch them during the application and an interview. What is an ideal MBA timeline? Ideally, you're giving yourself 4 to 6 weeks per school. 6 weeks, especially for an introspective application like Stanford's application. For HBS and all the other schools, it is around 4 weeks. And as you get into that 3rd and 4th school and beyond, it does drop off because you have core components ready, like your goal and your resume. So my coaching style tends to be to hyper-focus with you on one application at a time, put out a high quality story, and then move on and again, hyper-focus. That ends up creating a faster timeline. Is hiring a coach and working with me worth the investment? My opinion is a little biased, but I say yes. I used to coach myself when I applied successfully to Harvard, Wharton, Kellogg, and Tuck. What I bring to the table is all of that experience applying myself, but then also seeing hundreds of other different backgrounds and the challenges that different applicants face. Maybe you're feeling that you have some imposter syndrome. Maybe you're feeling that it is unrealistic that you're going to be able to pivot from a career in banking to being an entrepreneur. Every story has a way of positioning it. And I bring knowledge that does work. It is very hard to use AI tools or to look at a form and know what is good advice versus bad advice. I will tell you what has worked and in what cases in particular. And third, you have a thought partner. This application process can feel like a very solo, isolated mission. By having a thought partner, you're able to ask, is this good enough? How do I make this better? What do you think? I'm there for you to help you answer those questions. I hope you choose to work with me. I want to hear about your particular story. So I encourage you to go to my profile and sign up for a couple of hours of initial strategy where we do all the heavy lifting and brainstorming. You should absolutely be using AI tools to help you write. In particular, ChatGPT and Anthropic are your strongest models. It is very, very important how you prompt AI and how much content you give it. Let's quickly address how you might get help writing about a leadership style essay. That essay asks a very direct question, and you want to answer it by describing your leadership style and telling stories that vividly showcase that leadership style. So you might have a very long version of brainstorm material and different content. So first you want to pace your story. Then you give it instructions. And you might say, please highlight the type of leader that the story describes. This instruction makes AI a second pair of eyes for your essay because it reflects back what your words are conveying. And that may or may not match your intended output. Then you want to also tell AI what your goal is with this essay. So you might say, my goal in this essay is to be clear about that leadership type. And also share 3 alternative leadership types that match that story. Now AI can help you with ideation. There's many other layers to prompting that you can add to help it be specific to your voice and to the way you want to articulate your story. The scariest thing about using AI out the box, even good models like ChatGPT and Anthropic, Sonnet, is that you as a new applicant, you will not know if the essay that it has outputted has provided a correct emphasis on the areas that admissions wanted to hear. What an MBA AI does is it does know systematically what a good essay looks like and will therefore fine-tune its advice. What MBA AI does very well is take the knowledge framework approach and advice that a coach, including myself, would provide and systemize it. So it applies it to your essay in real time. As it looks through your content, it applies hundreds of lines of prompting that is equivalent to hundreds of sample essays and applies them directly to your essays without you needing to know what good output looks like. Can I get free coaching on Leland? While my number one goal is to coach, prepare, and push the leaders of tomorrow to get into the best MBA programs for them, the platform is made to create professional matches. That means that I bring in years of experience distilling and understanding that black box of MBA admissions, provide tips, examples from past successful applications and essays to help you extract a specific theme, but that relationship is based on compensation for the hours and the time and the knowledge acquired over many different years.